Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we are sitting down and we are tackling the products I love for summer. So these are products that feel lightweight on the skin, pack a punch with some coverage here and there, and don't budge. They last all day, even in the crazy heat, even in the humidity. Plus today we are playing with the new ABH NORVINA Pro Pigment Volume 4 palette. Are ya kidding me with these colors? I saw these pinks, I saw this packaging, and I had to have it. So if you wanna see how I come up with this look and my favorite summer products to get beautiful looking skin, then sit back, relax, enjoy this video, and don't forget, like this video, subscribe below, and hit that notification bell. Okay, starting off my routine, I actually like to keep the skin a little more light and I like to build a little bit of coverage with some concealer later on. So for my foundation today, I'm gonna be using MAC Face and Body. This is an OG, it's been around forever. I feel like a lot of people have used this, but it has very mixed reviews. People either are obsessed or they hate it. And I feel like the issue with this foundation is a lot of people don't know how to use it. It's very much has a learning curve to it. It's very different. So when you take it out, it is, and mine always bubbles over and I'm like, why? But I take it out and I'm just gonna drop it a generous amount into my hands, okay? This is crazy, crazy liquidy. When you feel it, it feels like water. It literally feels like almost nothing. You're like, this doesn't feel like this is gonna do anything. And as you rub it in, you'll see it shears out a lot and you're like, I don't understand. Work this foundation into your hands, literally like this. This seems obscene, but you'll start to feel it get a little tacky. It starts to kind of change in texture. And once it does, that's when I just take it onto my skin very willy-nilly. I don't even really look most of the time. I have a mirror right over here that I can look at, but I don't even really have to think about it. For the most part, I just kind of sweep it across the skin. Once it starts to get tacky, it starts to dry down on the skin a little bit, but it also starts to give a little more coverage and it starts to give this kind of plasticized look to the skin. Everything looks really dewy, everything looks really healthy, and it just feels like absolutely nothing on the skin. So grabbing my hand mirror, I'll just look at everything. As you can see, it gave me a very, very sheer wash of color, but this foundation is super buildable. A lot of people don't realize. So what I do, I'll do the Instagram thing really fast. I'll drop a little bit on the face where I want a little more coverage. And you're just gonna kind of circular motions really gently through there. Okay, and it's gonna feel liquidy, it's gonna feel like it's doing nothing. And then all of a sudden, it starts to feel kind of tacky. And from there, that's when you just kind of wanna sweep it down and press it into the skin. And you'll see almost right away, it gives you more coverage, but it still manages to look like skin. So this is the side I built it up a little bit. This is the side that I just have one sheer layer. So this foundation is really, really anything you want it to be. You just kind of have to learn how to play with it. But once you learn, it is absolutely one of my favorites, super versatile. So I'm gonna build this up a couple other parts of my face and then we'll be back to conceal, y'all. Okay, something I don't talk about a lot is this color corrector by Dior. This is the Fix It color corrector. This is kind of like a light peachy, orangey-ish shade. And this has like a little hydrating core in the middle. So when I put this on my under eyes, it color corrects a little bit, but it's more of a sheer formula. So it's not too much, and it gives a little bit of hydration. So it kind of treats it somewhere in between a color corrector and a primer for my concealer. So we kind of get two birds, one stone. But you'll see already, just the color corrector makes a huge difference in my dark circles. So sometimes I stop here. If I'm going out of the house, I just need to run, I need a little bit of coverage, I will just use the color corrector under my eyes just to make myself look a little bit more awake, and then I'm out the door. So I love this product. And for concealer, I've been so addicted to the Kosas Revealer Concealer. It's just so good. Beautiful texture, beautiful coverage. This shade is a little bright for me, so I'm not gonna use too much, nothing crazy, because I don't need a ton of coverage. So I'm gonna keep it kind of lower. This doesn't make a whole lot of sense to a lot of people. A lot of people put it right under the eye, but I want the least amount of product directly under my eye because it causes the least creasing. So I keep it low, tap it in and work it up, and then I still get the coverage I love. So I'm just gonna work this in. Okay, okay, that gives me really nice, soft, natural coverage. I still feel really pretty, makes me look less tired. So that's enough for me today. I don't need a full glam moment. I'm actually not gonna go right in and set them with powder, which is normally what I do. First, before I do that, I'm gonna finish up with some other cream products I'm using today. Okay, speaking of some of the best cream products, the Fenty Beauty Cream Bronzers. I have this in the shade Amber. This is like the contour shade. This is so good. Oh my gosh, y'all. Get your freaking hands on these. It is amazing. The formula is so blendable, so easy to use. I love it so much. So I'm gonna load my finger up with that color. It's super gray, so I really wanna focus on just like the natural hollows of my face. And I'm just gonna tap this in willy-nilly back here where I really want it to mimic that contour. And you'll see even from the front already, over here no contour, over here a little bit of contour. It is just so natural. Fenty, Rihanna, I mean fully fucking killed it when they did this texture. It is like cream. It's a true cream. It doesn't dry down to like a cream to powder, which is normally what I prefer because creams usually just slip and slide and look terrible. And no, this cream is so beautiful, so blendable. It's almost impossible to over apply, which I love. It's a really hard balance to find something that's pigmented enough but has enough slip and vice versa. It's so difficult. Look how gorgeous that is. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, I'm so obsessed. Okay, I'm gonna copy this on my other side and then we'll be back and warm up the skin a little bit. Okay, now I'm going with my favorite cream bronzer right now. This is the Tower 28 Bronzino Bronzer in the shade West Coast. This is the shit. This formula is insane. It is so pigmented. A little bit goes a long way, so I'm very light-handed with this. I'm gonna tap it in that brush, really tap this up in the back of my hand, and then I'm gonna go in on the skin. Okay, now that I'm bronzed to the gods, let's do a little bit of blush. I'm gonna be going in with the Nude Sticks Bloom Blush in the shade Sweet Peach Peony. I love this. So good, so beautiful. I'm just gonna take a little bit on my finger. These are also super pigmented, so tap off a little bit on your hand. I'm just gonna smile, give myself a little blushy cheek moment. Oh yeah. I like a lot of blush lately. I like a lot of warmth to my skin. I just want to look alive, alert, awake, like I've been out in the sun, like I'm allowed to go places again, like I'm allowed to be on vacation, when in reality, I've been in quarantine for 3 months. Okay, this is looking so pretty. I'm looking so shiny at this point. My beauty room gets really hot and this is already very glowy makeup. But the big thing about this that a lot of people don't get is Face and Body, even though it's super thin, super glowy, it is crazy long wearing. So as long as I make sure this is set with a little bit of powder, this shit does not move. Waterproof, sweatproof. It is incredible. I love it so much. Okay, but I'm gonna turn my fan on. I'm gonna cool down in this room for a minute, and then we'll be back here in a second to move on to the eyes and play with the new NORVINA Volume 4 palette, you guys. I am so excited. Okay, so I set my face with the CoverGirl Advanced Radiance Powder in the shade 110. This packaging is cheap. It's like so junky and terrible, but the product is so badass. I reach for this all the time, even over some high-end powders. I talked about this in my top 5 favorite powders video. I'll link that one down below. But let's stop screwing around, y'all. Let's get into the biz. We want to play with the NORVINA Volume 4 palette. Are you kidding me? Let me open this bad boy up. It's so big. Boom. Come on. Are you joking? So I've never bought one of the NORVINA palettes, and I saw this one and I was like, how dare she? So rude. It was very, like, she looked into my soul, took what I wanted, put it in a palette, and then forced me to pay $60 for it. So I'll see you in court, ma'am. All jokes aside, I'm a crazy person. All jokes aside, we are just going to zoom you in a little bit and then let's dive in on the eyes. Pretty easy. I'm just gonna go in right away, starting off super ambitious in A4. It's just like a nudie looking transition shade, and I'm just gonna buff that out in my crease. Wow, that blended like a dream. Like I barely tapped into that and I just got an insane amount of color payoff, and it blended like nobody's business. Okay, okay, little warm transition moment. Okay, I'm living for that. Let me copy that on the other eye. I have not been wearing a whole lot of makeup lately. It's just been kind of, I don't know. I have a lot of loss of motivation lately. I've been spending time off social media educating myself about Black people and a lot more of their struggles that I fully didn't understand. So I highly recommend that you take some time and educate yourself, because that's what this time is supposed to be about, not about being self-righteous. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. I'm doing my part to make myself less ignorant, and you should be doing the same. Black Lives Matter. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna go in next shade. I kind of want something warm, and so I'm gonna go into B3, this kind of terracotta-y peachy shade, and I'm gonna buff that a little lower into my actual crease and start to just warm up this crease a little bit. Yeah, I'm loving the warmth and the depth that's giving me. That is so pretty. These are blending together like a dream. Notice how I haven't switched brushes. I don't feel like I need to right now. They're similar colors, and I'm gonna be blending them next to each other. As long as I knock it off a little bit before, I don't see the problem here. Okay, I'm living for that. Let me pop off camera, cool down for 2 more seconds, because I'm telling you this room is the temperature of the sun. And then we'll be right back. Let's dip into a little color, y'all. Okay, dipping into E1. Oh my God, can you see that? Holy shit. Okay, a lot of pigment there. I'm going to kind of blow this into my crease, kind of concentrate it in there, and then slowly start to like work it up and give it kind of this like warm pinky gradient. And then I'm gonna go in with full pink on the lids. Okay, that was so pigmented. Wow. It blends pretty well. I would say if you're a beginner on eyeshadow, that's gonna be a little more difficult to work with because it is so pigmented. I mean, I got so much color, so much payoff, and it blends pretty easily, but it's still a lot of color. I mean, it kind of overtook the eye look super, super fast. So I'm gonna copy that on the other eye, and then we'll come back, deepen this up a little bit, slap on some shimmer, and then we will finish up this look, y'all. Okay, so looking at this palette, I kind of want to be a lunatic, and I'm just really contemplating how much of a psychopath I want to be. Okay, I wonder if you'll be able to see it. I want to take D2, this crazy fucking yellow, and I want to put that all over my lid, but I'm not sure if that is just going to completely ruin this. I don't know. You know what? Makeup's about experimenting. Why would we not try? Okay, I'm gonna take a flat brush. I'm gonna take... Okay, I'm gonna take that color and I'm just gonna pack this on the lid. Okay, I'm actually living for that. And then I'm gonna take the brush that had the pink on it, lift up, and then just buff into that crease a little bit. And because these are pigments, they are blending together like a dream. They're kind of mixing color and giving me kind of like a pinky orange shade to transition those. Ooh! I think I did something. Oh, I like this. Okay, I actually love this. I'm so surprised right now. I'm gonna grab a little smaller brush, something tiny, this little baby here. And I'm gonna go into the shade, look at my eyes. What am I giving? What do I wanna do? What do I wanna do? Okay, I'm gonna go into the shade B5, which is like just like a dark taupey brown. I'm gonna tap that off, and I'm just gonna tap that on the outer third here, deepen up this crease corner a little bit. Nothing crazy, just add a little bit of dimension. So I'm losing some of the pal from that yellow as I get other stuff on top. So I wonder if I can just re-intensify a little bit, or if it's just gonna stay kind of a sheerer wash of color. I was really into that, and now it's just kind of like, I feel like it's really lost a lot of payoff, Okay, I'm just gonna copy this on the other eye, and then we'll come back and I will figure out what I'm gonna do to bring the life back to this. Okay, to bring some life back to this look, I'm not someone who plays with pressed glitter. They're not my thing, but the shade E2 at the bottom here, I feel like I really need to bring you guys in so you can get some love and some attention for it. It looks amazing, it looks insane, and I need to put it on my eyes. So I'm just going to take it on my finger. Oh my gosh, yet again, that is one of the prettiest things I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm just gonna like tap my finger. Maybe a little bit of remnants will come off. And I'm just gonna press this on the lid where I have that yellow and hoping I get the wow factor I'm going for. And I don't get a bunch of fallout on my face. Oh my gosh, do you see that? Holy shit. That is possibly the most beautiful pressed glitter I have ever seen in my entire fucking life. Oh my gosh. I'm so shook right now. Okay, adding that, I definitely want to intensify the eye look a little more. So I'm gonna grab a little fluffier brush here. I'm gonna grab that shade B5. I'm gonna tap that off and I'm gonna work this and really deepen up this outer corner now. I'm pleased. This is looking so pretty. I love that. Okay, I'm gonna copy this in the other eye, do my brows off camera, throw on a little mascara, and then we will be back for the final look, y'all. Okay, everybody, this is the final look. I'm super, super happy. I love this base routine because it still looks like skin, it wears all day, and it's just easy, and it makes me feel beautiful, and like I say all the time in my videos, that is all that matters with the makeup. As long as you feel beautiful, that is literally the only goal. As for the NORVINA Volume 4 palette, okay, so I did actually have, like, after I put that glitter on, everything seemed fine. I did end up getting quite a bit of fallout. I've been able to get most of it off my face, but you'll see it's still like under my eye here, under my eye here. I had like a weird one on my nose. So the glitters definitely use a sticky base. I just went right in, so that's a user error. I should have used a base. I know better, but it kind of fell all over. So use a base on that, but if you do that with the pressed glitters, you are gonna be just fine. As a whole, this palette is so beautiful. There's a lot of wearable shades. There's some pops of color. I wish that neon kind of yellow would have given me a little bit more because I was loving it when I put it on. And it just really lost a little bit of a punch. So I think there's a little bit more filler in that formula. But overall, this palette, absolutely worth the money. I love this. Gonna be reaching for this all summer. But that brings us to the end of today's video. If you like what you saw today and you want to see more content like this, don't forget, comment below. I'd love to hear from you guys. Click on my face so you can subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell so you can see every time I post something new. And as always, thank y'all so much for watching. I love y'all.